Okay, we have Tim Ream. Start here, second row.
Tim, Doug McIntyre, Fox Sports. You've played in some of these games before. A lot of your teammates have, and I asked Chris the same thing. But curious, how do you help prepare the guys that haven't been through a U.S.-Mexico game and tell them what it's going to be like tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we touched on it the other day. It's going to be 10 times what it was Wednesday against Guatemala. It's more intense. It's more pressure. The atmosphere is greater. It's really all you can tell them until we walk out and run out for warm-ups and you feel that the buzz in the air. I've told a few guys that 2019 at Soldier Field I remember walking out for the warm-ups and just smiling at the atmosphere, right? Just having this big grin on my face because these are the moments that you live to play for. These are the games that you want to play in. You want to play in atmospheres like this, and there's nothing to shy away from. It's another game at the end of the day. It's and you have to treat it as that. If you treat it as anything more, it starts to play on your mind, and thoughts start to run all over the place. So, listen, they know it's going to be more intense. They know the physicality is going to be ramped up. The want to win is going to be greater on both sides, and we're prepared for that.
Hey Tim, Paul Tenorio. I wonder, Mauricio was talking about being together as a group for 40 days and how close the guys have gotten over that time. I wonder how you've perceived it, not just getting to know the group, but also getting to know Mauricio and his staff, the way they approach the job and how they've handled their first international tournament all the way through to a final.
I feel like I have 20 more kids in my family now, on the player side. But no, listen, we talked about from day one this being an opportunity for a lot of guys, myself included. I think everybody, it was an opportunity to grow as players, but grow as people, to create a culture and a togetherness that we've maybe lacked in a lot of moments in the past 6 months to a year, and just the fact that that's what's been driven home, and that has what has been created. The way they treat each staff member, the way they treat each player, whether they're first on the starting 11 or if they haven't played a minute, the treatment of everybody is the exact same. And I think myself, I love being able to sit back and watch interactions. And their interactions with everybody is just, it's so impressive. His entire staff, the interactions that they have with players, they know when it's time to be serious, and they know when it's time to put an arm around a guy. They know when it's time to poke a guy to get the best out of him. And they know when it's time to have a little laugh and a joke. And I think that's the sign of a great manager when they can see when those moments are necessary and what those moments call for. And it's been probably the most impressive thing to see with all of his staff.
To your right, second row.
Hi, Tim. Diego Gorostieta from Diarias. I want to ask you how special is for you this chance to win again the World Cup with the USMNT national team. It's your last chance with the team. What do you feel about that?
My last chance.
Maybe.
You don't want people to
Maybe. They've been telling me that for a long time. No, it's okay. No, listen, we're excited. I'm excited. I've been in this program for 15 years. It's my fourth Gold Cup. I've not won one yet. And as you said, this more than likely is my last Gold Cup. So to be able to win one, have it be my last, I'm excited. I'm excited that we have an opportunity to play in a final, and an opportunity to lift a trophy. And that's something that, I think all of the guys are really looking forward to doing.
Front row.
Hey, Tim. Henry Bushnell from Yahoo Sports. Just going back to what you were, I think it was either 2 or 3 questions ago, you were talking about seeing how Mauricio and his staff interact with the players. Chris was in here about 15 minutes ago saying that when the staff first came in, it was maybe almost like intimidating for some guys because of their resumes and how, they'd been at the top level. But this past month, you've been able to kind of fully build relationships with them. Have you felt that, or did you sense that other guys kind of felt that intimidation factor initially, but you've been able to see a different side of it this month?
I mean, they came in and I was already 37, so it's like, do you know what I mean? But no, there was definitely conversations, and you could see it in kind of the way guys were behaving a little bit differently. That okay, like this is a different atmosphere now. Like this is a different set of coaches, different ideas, different standards, different values, different everything, and it was a learning process for sure, and a learning process for me because the things that are being asked of you are now different. So yeah, you could definitely notice that early on, but I think as camps have gone, you like I said, you get a better understanding of them as people. You get a better understanding of their communication styles, their coaching styles, their kind of interpersonal relationship that they have with each player is very different. And I think that puts, you start to have those interactions enough and more. You start to get a little bit, you're not thinking as much. Now all of a sudden it's, okay, we know this is how they are, this is what they value. Now I can just focus on, playing. And if I make a mistake, okay, I make a mistake. It's not going to be the end of the world. But yeah, the interactions I think off the field have gone a long way in helping guys feel a lot more relaxed. And at the end of the day, if you can play this game relaxed, you're going to be so much better off for it. When you're tight and wondering, oh, is he thinking this or is he thinking that? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? You're overthinking and you're already behind. So I think, yeah, just the way they are and as the camps have gone on, it has helped a lot of guys calm down and just be themselves more and more.
To your right, second row.
Hey, Tim. Amna Sapan, USsoccer.com. After last match, you kind of talked about how, everyone kind of counted you guys out going into this tournament. And now I would say the majority have, picked you guys as underdogs. Like, how do you guys use that as fuel?
Yeah, I think, when we first started it was all, we're not sure if the team's good enough to make it to a final. We'd love them to make it to a final, but we're not sure if they're good enough to make it to a final. And here we are. And listen, are we underdogs? Maybe. Does it matter? No. It's one game. It's one game to lift a trophy. Doesn't matter if you're the underdog or you're the favorite. You still have to go out there and play at least 90 minutes to finish a game. And for us, that's all the motivation we need is that trophy right there. That's all the motivation you need as players. Obviously, there's some will tell you, oh, there's extra because it's the rivalry, it's Mexico, it's US, it's there's a history there. Yeah, of course, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You still have to play everybody, or your schedule is your schedule to get to a final, and you have one match to win it. And that's all the motivation we need. We don't need to talk about being underdogs or favorites or worrying about any of that.
I'll throw it straight back. Yep.
Hi, Tim. Rodolfo Landeros from Fox Deportes. Historically, set pieces has been the Achilles heel for Mexico, but somehow this tournament, a lot of the goals have come through set pieces. I was wondering, as a player, do you take a different approach to this type of situation and how Mexico has grown on set pieces with goals in favor?
No, we don't take a different approach. Set pieces historically in tournaments are always a big thing. And there's so many different phases of the game that play out, and set pieces are one of them. It's not something that we've kind of gone overboard and focused on, but it is something that we particularly work on pretty much every single day. So again, not because of Mexico's ability and what they've done in this tournament, just in general. So it's not something that we're too focused on or worried about. you know, we're making sure that we're focused in every single phase of play, and, you know, attacking, defending, transition, set plays, because if you leave one out, then you're obviously susceptible to you know, conceding. So we're not focused too much on one particular area. Yep.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sorry. Can I just want to say we're thinking of everyone, obviously, in Central Texas. Having kids myself, I understand how devastating that can be. So, you know, our thoughts go out to all of those affected, and hopefully, you know, a lot of positive outcomes still to come today and the coming days.